Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Nobs. Good afternoon, Mouse. I hope your day is going well. So today we are going to be looking at a different data analysis tool, um, which you've seen on the title already. We're going to be looking at Power BI and Power Query. So today's class is basically just an introduction. So I'm just going to run us down through what is left to do. Okay, so far we have looked at the one of the goal of this program is to introduce you to or get you to understand how to use three different data analysis tools: Excel, SQL, and Power BI. All right. So Excel, we looked at how we can use it for both data cleaning and data visualization. All right, but we didn't go it is not specifically designed for data visualization, although you can do visuals there, all right, but for things like creating dashboard and all of that, it's not um, the perfect tool for it. Okay, but we saw we can still use it regardless, and we can even make our dashboard dynamic, so that's a very good thing. And if you know how to do that, I think you are very good, all right, in that aspect. So we also went ahead to look at SQL, right? So SQL is another very robust data analysis tool. You can do almost virtually everything except data visualization, right? You can't visualize your data with SQL, but you can clean your data, you can analyze your data, and do every other data analysis function. You can use to perform complex analysis, answer complex analysis business questions, right? And also, we are moving on to the last tool, which is Power BI. Okay, so Power BI now is the final tool we're going to be looking at in this program. So we're wrapping up with it. Next week is supposed to be the official our last class officially. So I'm still looking at things and how much we're able to cover. But hopefully we will wrap up next week. If not, we'll just have an extra class to just brush up on any other thing that is remaining. Okay. So today we'll do the introduction. I'm going to get you to understand what these tools are. All right. Power BI and Power Query. You probably have heard of Power BI already, but you might not know what Power Query is. So we're going to do an introduction and get you familiar with the interface and basic things that you can do or that it allows you to do, right? So from next week, we will now go focus more on using these tools to perform analysis, right? Operations and also visualizations, right? We will go over some things you need to know about data visualization because Power BI is created specifically for that. So you need to know some do's and don'ts and just get comfortable with using that particular platform to visualize your data. So when you are given when you are asked to, let's say, create dashboards, right? Most likely you'll be using Power BI, all right? Unless you're very, very proficient, you are a guru in Excel, then you can use Excel as we saw already, making it dynamic by using slicers and filters and slicers, basically slicers. You can make dashboard dynamic, but Power BI kind of has that focus in mind when it was built, focus on visualization. So it's the more appropriate tool for it. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to be looking at okay, let's see. So we are basically going to give me a minute. I'm trying to share my screen here. All right. how to share my entire screen so I can carry on. Okay, I believe everyone can see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me just come on the Telegram chat in case anybody is trying to say something. All right. Thank you, Nubs. Good afternoon, Nubs. Nice to have you in class. Okay, so if you can't speak, just drop a message. I'll be seeing them. So now for Power BI, well, before you start anything with these two tools, you need to download them. All right. So this will just be practical, like you're going to be doing, like just showing you how it works. So what you're going to need to download or install is Power BI. So you go to your browser and just type Power BI. All right, Power BI download. So same way you downloaded MySQL, you do that. It's a free software. You don't need to pay for it. Click on the first link, Microsoft link, right? And then you should see a download option here. So if you click on download here, it's going to automatically bring up this for you. So I have it downloaded already, so there's no need for me to re-download it again. So I'm going to share this link. All right, I'll share this link, the download link with you, so you get access to it. But it's just straightforward. Just type Power BI and get it downloaded. So to open it, just simply open Power BI. So I have Power BI installed. So this is what you're going to have: Power BI desktop. Right? If I click on it, that should open the application. So what we're looking at today is Power BI and Power Query, right? So we're going to discuss and look at how we can use these two tools. So while waiting for Power BI to load, I'm just going to quickly just show us something in Excel. So I have an Excel data set open. I think this is a particular data set we used during the course of our Excel classes. So you have probably have access to it. So this was used to kind of demonstrate data cleaning back then. So we have this particular tool called Power Query, right? Power Query, Powerquery, Power Query. So Power Query is a Microsoft tool that is used specifically for transforming your data, right? Or cleaning your data before loading it into Power BI. So like natural as it is, right? It is embedded into Power BI and Excel. So you don't necessarily have Power Query as a standalone app, right? You find Power Query inside of Power BI, and you can also find Power Query inside of Excel. Do you understand? So I'm going to be showing you how you can access Power Query inside of Excel and also Power Query inside of Power BI. So for the Excel, I'm going to quickly do that because I want to focus on Power BI in this particular course. So now let's assume you have a data set already, right? You've opened a data set in Excel and you don't want to clean your data with Excel in Excel workbook like this. You have an option to use Power Query. Do you understand? I told you Power Query is a tool is another tool itself, but it is not standalone. It is embedded. It is part of Excel and also part of Power BI. So the question is, how do you access it? You come to your data, right, as you have it, that you want to clean. Then you're going to see, come to, okay, normally you'll be in your home tab. Then you have to come to data tab, right? This data tab that you have here. And your data tab, you have so many options here, right? So the option you're going to focus on, or the particular category you focus on, is this get and transform category. Can you see it here? So this get and transform category here will basically take you to Power Query. So to get this data that you are working on currently, or that you've opened in Excel currently into Power Query, you have to just click on From Table. So now that you already have a table created, so the Power Query would automatically select this table as what you want to clean or what you want to load into the Power Query editor. Do you understand? So please, at any point, if you stop following, just let me know. Just ensure that I want to ensure that everybody is being carried along, right? Because this is a new tool, right? So you get to understand what we are trying to, what it's all about, right? So you come to, you have options: show query, from table, recent sources. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Zoom it. All right, I'm going to try to see if I can zoom. Give me a minute. Let me try to see. I want to zoom in some of these things. Just give me a few seconds there. So this is just to get you to follow along well. All right, should have initialized this already. Okay, so I think we have it ready. Okay. All right, great. I hope this is reflected. All right, so now we have our Excel, right? So if you come over here, you're going to see that we have these options here. We have get and transform, right? And in get and transform, we have different options: show queries, from table, and recent sources. So what you should focus on is from table, all right? This from table here. This is what you are going to select, because you want Excel to automatically select the table that you are currently on and load it into Power Query. Do you understand? So you're going to do that and come back here. Let me come back here and select this from table. So if you click on from table, you see that it opens up another application. Do you understand? So this application that you're seeing here is what we call Power Query. So Power Query, you can see the name up here, Power Query Editor. This is so zoomed in. Oh my goodness. So you can see it here, Power Query Editor. So this Power Query Editor is a tool that's provided by Microsoft to help you clean your data, mostly clean your data, or transform, or do any of those like transformation processes that we've always been doing in the past. The concept still remains the same, but the tool now is different. All right. So if you come to Power Query, you're going to see you have several options here. You have different ribbons. You have file ribbon, home ribbon, transform ribbon, add column ribbon, and view ribbon. All right. So these are the different ribbons that you have. So we're going to just look at how we can use some of these different ribbons here. So this is just to show you how you can get to Power Query from Excel. All right. So that's essentially how you do that. So, but our focus for today is Power BI. So I'm going to just close this. All right. So to close it, you just come here, close and load. Right. You can say close and load, and then it will take you back to Excel. So if you if you are done cleaning your data there, it will now like open up a new sheet here for you with the cleaned data. Do you understand? So you see this is a new sheet that was opened, right? From the Power Query that you just exited or you just closed. So now we're going to move over to Power BI now to properly see how we can work with this Power Query. So these things I'm going to be sharing or talking about are things you already know. They are data analysis concepts, basically. So we're going to be seeing how that works. So this is Power BI here, right? So Power BI is a visualization tool. That's just it, right? So when you are done analyzing your data and you want to present it, the best tool or the most commonly used tool for visualization is Power BI. For your project, you're going to be using Power BI to create a dashboard. And it has a whole lot of functionalities. Like it is adapted and suited for creating dashboards. We're going to be doing dashboards like next week. We're going to be looking at how to create dashboard, how to use the different components of Power BI for dashboard creation. Do you understand? So when you open Power BI, you're going to be met with this interface here. All right. So just like several options, right, to select from a particular data source. So obviously, if you are entering this Power BI, you need a data that you want to visualize. You understand? So there are two things that you're going to take note of. If your data has been cleaned already, then you just load it, right? If it is an Excel, if you cleaned it with Excel, then you can just click on Excel workbook and load that data. If you cleaned it with maybe, let's say, any other tool like SQL, you save the that particular data, right, as CSV, and you can load it as well from here. So we're going to like show you other sources where you can get your data from. So once you click, let me go back here. This is file. So pardon me a little. Go back file. So once you click on other sources, it's going to take you to this page here. You understand? And you're going to see where I think I removed it. So you get from another source. So you're going to see several options here where you can load the data from. You have Excel workbook, you have text CSV. I hope you can see this. You have CSV. So you see CSV here. You have CSV, you have XML, you have this, you have. So what you'll be focused mostly on is CSV and Excel workbook, right? For now. So if you're working in a company, you would most likely be working from a database. So you are going to be connecting your database to Power BI. So you can connect it to different databases as we have here. You can see we have MySQL database at the end here. You have IBM databases, you have Oracle, you have SQL. So there are different databases that you can connect to depending on what you are using. So if you click on this MySQL database here, you're going to see where is there? It will basically give you another prompt and a whole lot of things. So we are not using that, but that will actually like require you to install some other things. So for learning purposes of our sake, we're going to be using Excel workbook. So for Excel workbook, you just simply import from Excel. So this option here, as you can see, this icon is import from Excel. If I zoom in, I think you should be able to see it clearly. So import data from Excel. So you click on this particular one here, all right? And then click on it, then it's going to open your file for you, where you can select the particular, so I'm going to go to GD. So I'm going to be importing this data set here that we used initially. Okay, I think it should be data cleaning data set, this one here. So once you load in your data, you just wait for a few seconds for it to load. And one thing, this is a warning. Power BI has a high demand on like compute resources. You need to have at least 8 gig of RAM to efficiently run Power BI, because if you are using anything below that, it's going to lag a lot. You are going to have to exercise a lot of patience. Do you understand? So Power BI has that high demand for compute. So it's actually something that's common, right? So if you're working with Power BI, you'll notice a bit of lag depending on your system specs. So when you load that particular Excel workbook, you'll see the different worksheets in that workbook. As you can see here, we have table 1, we have dictionary data, other sheets in our workbook. So the particular one you want to clean or you want to visualize or create visualizations from, you select it. So I think it should be this. I want to select this raw data. I want to perform some cleaning on this particular data set. So I'm going to select just this sheet. If I want to select multiple sheets, I can just click on multiple sheets. Do you understand? So, but for what we are doing is we're just going to select one, and then you see at the bottom of this screen here. If I go down, I think I wanted to press something else. I didn't press escape. So data clean data set. So most of what you do here is just click and drag, click, drag, drop, click, drag, drop. You're not necessarily writing Excel functions, you're not writing SQL queries, but Power BI also has an advanced stage where you're going to be writing things we call DAX, all right? So, but generally, you are good to go with just the different clicking options. Do you understand? So we'll not be doing much of writing functions or queries and all of that. You just drag and drop. So select this, and at the bottom of our screen here, you're going to see we have 3 options: load, transform, and cancel. All right. So once you select a particular data here, you have an option to load it. So loading basically takes it directly to Power BI for you to do your visualization. So if you've already cleaned your data, you can just load it straight from here, right? You load it. But if your data is not cleaned, right, you still have some work to do on it, then you go to transform data. As you can see here, do you understand? So we're going to go to transform data just to show you some few things you can use your Power Query for. So I'll click on transform data, and then it's going to take us to are we seeing any?
No, we cannot see the transform data. Or at least I cannot. I can only see the import data from Excel, import data.
Okay. And nobody said anything. Okay, let me try to. All right, so let me just go back here. So when you get to the card changes. So when you get to Power BI, you're going to have several options to import your data from. So you're going to import from an Excel. Let's say you've cleaned your data and you use Excel. You will import from Excel, but if you've not cleaned it, you can still import it as well. Select the data you want to import, and then you're going to have this box pop up, right? This particular box will pop up, showing you the different worksheets in that your particular the Excel workbook. So you select the exact worksheet that you want to work on, right? So you want to create a visualization using Power BI. So which data do you want to use? You select it. Do you understand? So this is when you are importing from Excel workbook. So you're going to obviously see all the worksheets inside that workbook. So you're going to come here and click on the raw data, because I want to show you how you can perform some transformation process on your data set. So now at the bottom of this screen, you're going to see we have three options. We have load, we have transform. I hope you can see it clearly.
Yes, you can.
We have load, we have transform, and we have cancel. So what this load does is that it takes your data set directly into Power BI for visualization. So it assumes that you've already cleaned your data set. You understand? But in this case, our data is not clean. So we want to clean it and do some touches here and there. So we would have to click on transform data. Do you understand? So click on transform data, then it's going to open up a new page, right? A dedicated page for Power Query. So this is how you can get to Power Query in Power BI from Power BI. Remember, I showed us how we can get to Power Query from Excel. Now, this is how you can get to Power Query from Power BI. You load your data, and then you can decide whether you import your data, and then you decide whether if you want to transform it. If you click on transform data, then it's going to take you to Power Query, right? Power Query editor. So I'm just going to maximize this here, and this is what we have. This is your Power Query editor. This is another tool that you can use to work on your data set. So you can see we have all our data here, right? We have all our columns here. You can see, I don't know which column is this. Anyways, we have our column: full name, age, gender, everything basically. Do you understand? So I'm going to give you or show you the different aspects, or take you through the different parts of this Power Query. So the first part, as you can see, this is a very common layout, all right? So the first part of the layout, the top here, is your ribbons, just like you have in Excel: home, transform, add column, view, tools, help. So these are where you're going to get all of the functionalities that you're going to be using on your data set. Do you understand? So most of what you'll be doing will be in the transform ribbon, right? You can also have some of things done from add column and also the home ribbon. I said add column ribbon and the home ribbon. All right. So once you are done with all of the transformation process that you want to do, you'll come to this option here, close and apply. Click on it and close and apply. So once you close and apply it, it applies that change permanently, right? It transforms your data, and then you're going to have that data transformed. So that transformed data will now be loaded into your Power BI, where you're going to now start doing your visualization. Do you understand? So in Power BI, the essence of Power Query is just to clean your data. So if you don't want to do it with Excel or SQL, you can just do it quickly here. So you are not doing analysis here. You understand? Power Query here is not necessary for analysis. It's just to get you to clean your data so you can use it for visualization. Do you understand? So when you're doing your project, you are definitely going to be doing that outside data cleaning process. You're going to do it outside of Power Query. You're going to be doing either in SQL or Excel. So I'm going to give you the details of your project after our next class, after next week rather, right? By next week, after our last class next week. So this is where you go to close this Power Query editor. All right. If you want to just apply, you can apply without closing it. If you want to close without applying, you can close it. So these are the options here. So you have a whole lot of options here, which we are going to be looking at. Not everything, right? But I'm just going to show you like some of the important and useful functions and tools that we have available in Power Query. So you can see obviously in this center box, we have our data set. So this is where our data set resides. So you can't edit it directly like Excel. You can't come here and edit it. Do you understand? You do that by clicking and selecting options. So it's not like Excel that you can edit each of the cells. Do you understand? It's more like SQL, right? The data can't be edited directly, but you can apply some processes to edit those data outside of the data itself. Do you understand? But in SQL, you are using queries. But here, you're going to just be using options that are provided for you. Do you understand? So now this right here are the options, your ribbon and your options. This right here are the data, the sheets that you have, right? So we imported just one sheet. So you can see it here is raw data, which is one of the sheets that we have from our Excel workbook. So by the right-hand side here, you have something very, very, very important. So whenever you perform an operation or a transformation process on your data in Power Query automatically registers that step. Do you understand? So if I do something, now if I change this column name, let me come here and say ID, let's say ID. If I change it, I've changed something. You can see that a new step was added here, renamed columns. So this basically track all the steps that you've applied so far on this data. So this is a very, very important part of your Power Query editor. In case you want to revert or go back to a previous step, let's say you edited, so you did something and it was a mistake. So you want to go back, you just easily go here and click on that particular step. So you can see that when I clicked on this one, you can see this column name here has gone back to column 2. Do you understand? So if I come back here, so it's a way of tracking your changes, the changes that you're applying on your data. Does that make sense? Okay. So now you can see,
yes,
just scroll here.
As the name implies, applied steps.
I can't hear you.
I said, as the name implies on the sidebar, applied steps.
Exactly, applied steps. All right. So these are the steps that you've applied so far. So it's a very good thing because obviously there are some things that you might do, and let's say you didn't want to do, but you mistakenly did it. So you can just revert, or you did it and you now realize that you're not supposed to do this. So you can easily roll back to the previous step. Do you understand? So we have a formula bar here. So this formula bar is where you can write formulas and just maybe do some DAX operations there. But that one is an advanced level, right? So selecting a column or working on your column here is very, very easy, or your data. You can select one column, right? Remember, if you want to work on your data set, you can do that column by column. So if you want to clean a particular data set, you go each column and clean them one after the other. So to select the column, you just come on the top, the head of the column here, and just click on it. So it automatically select that column for you. You understand? So you can click on any column you want to select, and it will be selected, and you can now perform the operation. So any column that is highlighted is that would have the transformation applied to it. So let's say this particular column here, full name, I want to split these names now, or I want to format these names to be formatted appropriately. I'll need to select it first. You understand? And then come to my ribbons here and find the particular operation I want to perform on and apply on the column, right? If I want to perform an operation on this age, I'll come here, gender, come here, email, come here. Do you understand? So by now you should already know that cleaning your data set is usually column by column, because each columns are different. They have they hold different sets of data. So you can't use the transformation operation that you would use on a column with text data on a column with integer data. No, you have to treat them one after the other. Does that make sense? All right. So now we're going to look at some of those basic data cleaning principles that we've explored so far. All right. So we have duplicates, right? Removing duplicates, removing null values like empty values, formatting text appropriately, changing data types, adding column, removing columns, splitting columns, a whole lot of things. So you can do all of them here. This is a very robust tool for data cleaning. If you don't want to use Excel, you can easily just enter this Power Query editor and edit your data. I say edit, clean your data. When you're done, you just close and apply, and then that edited data you're going to have your edited data, right, in a new sheet, right? If you're in Power BI, definitely Power BI is for visualization. So you just do your edit, and then it will load automatically to Power BI, and you can do what you want to do. Does that make sense? All right. So now you can select column. You can also select row. So if I come here and select any row, you see that at the bottom here, all the information of that row will be displayed. So I can just drag and drop this, right? Resize it. So you see that that particular row, all the columns there will be displayed. So any row I select would have those information displayed here. All right. I hope that makes sense. So now let's see the things we can do in Power Query, right? So let me come back here. So now let's assume, okay, we have different issues with our data. Do you understand? So first of all, we can looking at our data or skimming through our data. You can just go through it and just look at it, scroll to the right. You can see a lot of missing. Scroll down. You can see, oh, that we have like issues with our data. 1.6. But this was data that I even cleaned then the other time. So so this was the one that Excel removed the duplicate. So let me look for a way to okay. So let's just continue. I think we're just going to, I'm going to show how to remove duplicate too, but I think that we don't have any duplicate currently in this particular data set. All right. So this class essentially is just to introduce you to the entire processes of that you're going to meet when working in Power Query. So the first thing is, let's assume you want to remove duplicates. How do you do that? Right? You have your home bar here. I don't know why this thing just keep coming up here. Right? So before we even go to removing duplicates, each of the column here have two options, just like we have it in our Excel. All of them have this drop-down list here. As you can see, you can use it to sort or filter your data. All right, you can sort or filter your data for those that have categories. Do you understand? For gender, you can sort, you can look at explore. Okay, these are the different categories here. So you can be taking note of them. For those that are categorical data, so you can do that. You can also directly change the data type of each column by clicking on this part here. Right, you can see at the left-hand side of each of the column name, you have a symbol that tells you the data type. So for this ID here, the data type is ABC, which is text. All right. For this one here, data type is ABC as well. Full name data type ABC. Right. We have age. Age is 1, 2, 3, which is numerical. So if you click on that, you're going to see that you can select any data type that suits that column. Let's say you imported a data set and a colon has a wrong data type, you can just right click or just click on this icon here, this little symbol, data type symbol. I'm going to see other data types here, and you can click on that to change it to whatever data type you want to change. So let's say I want to change this to, let's say, percentage now, right? You see, it has been converted to percentage. So this is the same thing as the option in Excel where you have that allows you to change a data type to a column to a particular data type. So, but here is done directly. I'm just going to take it back, so I can come here and take it back to where is my number? O number. All right, replace current. So I've taken it back. So you can do that, or you can go to this apply steps and just cancel it. Click on this cancel icon here, X icon, and to revert or revoke that transformation that you've done. Do you understand? So I don't know why this columns here missing. Discard changes. The steps are just too much in this Power BI. So let me re-import the data. So we'll come back to this Power BI interface. I want to take you through Power Query first before we come back here. So select the sheet that you're working on. So you're going to see the preview here. All right, just look at it. If you're selecting two sheets, you see you have the previews here. Select this one, select this one. All right. Let me say table 1. Okay. Table 1. Sheet 1 here. 2. Okay. So we'll just select our regular. So let me select two sheets so you see what it looks like. So I'm going to go to transform data. What happened? Okay, it's transforming. So it's going to take me to see that we now have our two sheets here. So these are first sheets, so our second sheet. So this is in case where you want to like work on two sheets. So I can just remove this, delete this one, and remove and keep my raw data. So I can draw this one back and have my full data, my data in full view. All right. So let me come in. All right. Okay, great. So now let's start with this full name here. So for this full name, there are several issues with it. You can see that we have capital letters in some places, we have small letters, so it is inconsistent. The formatting is inconsistent. How can you handle that in Power Query? So let's say you just quickly brought in your data set and you just want to like just clean it quickly and you saw this issue. How do you do that? So when you want to work on a particular text column, when you go to Easy Transform and you come to this text column here, you can see that the way Power Query aggregates these functionalities or tools are based on colons. So you have text colon here, you have number colon. Let me zoom in a little. You can see you have text colon, all of these things here are for text
You're breaking.
colon. The operations you can perform on text colons, all of these ones here are what you can perform on numerical columns. So this one mostly for like analysis. So, but this one's like it's breaking. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay.
The network was lagging before.
Yeah.
Okay. So just put this aside. All right. So we want to so there are two things we want to do on this full name colon. We want to reformat the colon to be in the appropriate case. We don't want some to be capital letter, some small letters, some mix. How do you do that? So first of all, I'm going to come here to my transform ribbon here and go to locate the text colon here. And what will I click on? I will click on this format. It will drop down some options for me. So you can see that we have several options. So we have lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, trim, clean, add prefix, add suffix. So these are several things you can apply on your text data, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to capitalize each word, right? So once I click on capitalize each word, it's going to apply that. And you see that every single name has now taken a consistent format. Can you see it? Each word now each words are being capitalized. So if I want, let's say I want to make everything uppercase, I'll click on uppercase. It will do it for me. If I want everything in lowercase, click on lower. So this Power Query is just very simple. Just click. Just know that. Just make sure you know where these options and tools are, and go there and click on it. All right. So capitalize each word, and then you have that applied. So you can see these applied steps on the right hand side. It has added that step here. If I go up here, and you can see all the steps I did, capitalize each word, uppercase, lowercase, capitalize word again. So I'm just going to cancel this, delete those steps, lowercase, delete capitalize each word, delete uppercase, and I'll leave that this first capitalize each word step, right? So we are good to go. If you're in a situation where there are unnecessary spaces at the back and at the front, you can also come here and trim your text. If you select trim, it's going to remove those spaces at the beginning and at the end, leading and trailing spaces. And that's the same thing you know how to do in Excel, right? You know how to remove leading and trailing spaces by using the trim function. So this is how you do it here. Do you understand? So now let's say we are required to have this full name split into two columns. We want to have the first name and the last name separately. You can also do the same thing here. Remember in Excel, we use this Excel kind of like understands pattern. So once you start writing in a particular pattern, it understands that you are trying to extract that particular part of your text, and it will just automatically fill it. Although there are functions to extract it, right? You have functions for that, but Excel is so smart that you don't even need those functions. And we looked at that when we were looking at how to work with Excel. So I can come back to this my text colon part, go to split colon, and I'm going to select. We have several options here. We have by delimiter, by number of characters, by position. So if I click on by delimiter here, by delimiter basically mean by separation, the thing that separates the text. So if you want to split your text, you have to specify at what point do you want to split the text. So the delimiter in this particular case is space. So John space Adeyemi, Amaka space Obi. So that space is what separates the text. So you want your Power Query to check your text, and wherever it sees space, it's going to split. It's going to make that split. Do you understand? So I'm going to come here, and you see the first option here is select or enter delimiter. We have several options. We have comma, we have colon, we have equal sign, we have semicolon, we have space, we have tab. So we're going to select space because space is what separates our text. Then we're going to come here, and we are going to see the options to split our leftmost delimiter, rightmost. So we just want to split at each occurrence of the delimiter, right? So then we're going to come here and remove this none and click on OK. All right. So when we now finally run this code, you're going to see that we have Okay. I think we have some issues that we didn't treat before we proceed. So I think there are some names that have more than, there are some rows that have more than 3 names here. So we're going to quickly look at which ones have the issue. That's why we have 4 different columns. So we have full name 1, full name 2, full name 3, and full name 4. So I think some of them, you can see we have Ibrahim here, Ahmed. What is this space doing here? So let's try to see if we can fix that. So I'm going to go back here, cancel that step. All right, go to this. You can see how easy it is to revert. It's just like Control Z. Cancel that step. Trying to replace, okay, cancel this one as well. All right, so let's look at this here. Okay, I'm just trying to look at the names here to see if I'll find any inconsistency. Okay, I've seen one. This Emeka. I've seen another one here. Okay, this one is just Grace. There's just one space that is here. All right. So this is not a data cleaning class. I'm just showing you how you can do some of these things using Power Query. You understand? So you can just import all of the knowledge you already know from the previous class and try them here. All right. So let's still get this certain. All right. So I think we're going to first of all remove null. All right. So let's come here and come here and select null. All right, and then okay. So I'll remove the null. Let me go back here first. So remove this null. And then, so what you can do most of the time is just go over all the columns and remove null. I should have done that first, but let's remove null because I don't have the strength to replace them. So I'll remove them one after the other. So you do that for every single column or for all the columns that you're interested in. So remove null. All right, so you even have this particular one here that we need to format it. So let's go back. Now come back to this column here. Go to you can do this text before delimiter, and the delimiter is space. Let's say that would work. All right, so you can see we've extracted the first name here. Okay, go back here again, extract. So I'll first duplicate this column here. So I'm just going to come to column and try to duplicate the column because I want to use it to move it back here. So everything here is just drag and drop, right? So you can just select the tool of preference. So move fast. Okay, put it here. All right. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to Okay, I'm going to come here, select this, go to transform, go to extract, and then text before delimiter. This is going to be the first delimiter, is going to be space, I'll put space. And to give me the first name, this one, text after extract, text after delimiter. So delimiter is space, so I'm going to have the last name. So I've successfully extracted the first name, so I can rename this column. So I'll just double click and say first name, and then this one will be last name. All right, so you can see how those splitting these two columns now like require you to go through several steps. So you have to first create a duplicate, right? So sometimes in cleaning your data, you have to take sometimes unconventional routes. Okay, so you just have to work with the two you have, because what I just did now wasn't even how I'm supposed to do it, but because of the issue that we saw, some of the names had more than 3 different words that are separated by spaces. So if we separate them by spaces, it would not be consistent. So we have to now extract them. So to extract each of those parts, we have to like create a duplicate first and then push it from there. So let's continue. So now we've done that. We can now go ahead and do the same thing for other text. So come to gender. Have we removed null? Okay, we'll remove null here. So you can see we have several categories here. We have F, female, female, M, male, male. So we can just easily replace this here. So we want to make it consistent. So we want to make it normal female. So we'll do our replace here. So, but the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to like properly format it. So I'm going to come here, format it to capitalize each word. All right. So now that we capitalize each word, it has reduced the number of categories to just 4: F and female, F and female, M and male. So we'll just replace F with female and M with male. So to replace a value in your data set using Power Query, you just come to your home here, right? Where is it? Replace again. Okay, come to transform rather. Go to replace value, and then click on replace value, and then you're going to type in the value to replace, and then value you want to replace it with. Then click OK, right? For female. What just happened? Let me go back here. F female, replace values. So I'm going to match entire cell content. So
Yeah,
F.
I think it did anywhere it saw F to replace it with female.
What did you say?
It did it in a way that anywhere it saw F, it will replace it with female. Maybe there's a way to just say if it's only
so that's
F,
why exactly that's why I came here and selected match entire cell content. So it will now it will not look for just that F, it will now match the entire cell content. Exactly. So click on OK. Then it has replaced the female. So if you click on the drop down here, you can see we've done that. So we'll do the same thing for male as well. Come to replace value, M, replace with male, go to advanced option, select match entire cell content so it doesn't do that mistake at the other time. So you click on OK. You see that you've actually now started cleaning your data. You've done for the first name and second name, the first name and last name, gender. So for age, I don't really think there's anything. Okay, we have some issues here. So we can just easily select this here. And anyways, we'll come back to this here. So let's just look at other things that we have here. So we have our email. Our email should be all small letters. There's no null. So we'll come to our format. Everything should be lowercase. So we're going to make it lowercase. So everything is lowercase, as simple as that. So you see how easy it is. Just drag and drop. If you don't want to stretch yourself to write functions and all of that, just do drag and drop. You understand? So now for the column types, you can see that the previous columns that we worked on, they are the appropriate type. Your column A is okay. Column B, which is first name, is text. Column C, text. age, number. But when we come to this last one, this other ones, which is date of birth and registration date, these are dates, but Power Query is seeing it as text. So whenever you are doing your analysis in any tool, before you work on dates, you have to convert that particular column values to date data type, because Power Query is seeing it as text. So you can apply those date functionalities on it. Let me show you something. So if I come to my age here, you see that the particular options that I can apply to numerical data type has now been highlighted. It has now come to life. When I was in a text column, it was blurred out. You can't click on anything here. All right. The only thing you can do in statistics is just count values. Do you understand? Count values, and you see you have 93. So you literally can't do anything. So I'm going to come back here. Let's remove this here. And convert those dates to appropriate dates. So I'll click on this and also click on this as well. And come, let me do it one by one. Come here, click on this, go to date time. All right, you have date time, you have date, you have time. So if the colon has timestamp, then you click on date time. If it has just date, then you click on date. If it is just time, then you click on time. If it has time zone, time zone. If it's so, depending on the format or the meaning of the value, select a particular format here. So I'm going to click on date here. So you're going to see that we're going to have this. It will convert it, but I think we're having some errors here. I don't know why. Let's see. Let me try for this. Why am I getting errors in some of these places? We couldn't pass the providing as date because the detail 20th 11. Okay, I think 2011. Let me see if it's following the right. 22. Okay, I think it is month.
Is it doing, month,
Yes.
day, year?
Exactly. So that's the format for Power Query. It's expecting it to be month, day, then year. But what we are giving it is day, month, year. So that's going to be something that should be sorted before you even put it here. But I don't think we're going to have the time to look at that. And actually, I don't know if Power Query even provides us with a tool to solve that issue. So you can see that's why we have different ranges of tools. So when you can't do some things in some tools, you have to pivot to another one. All right. So, but this is basically how you convert your colon to a proper or appropriate date format. So when you convert that colon to the appropriate date format, you cannot perform some date operations. So let's just assume everything here is properly converted. You can then come here and go to transform, and then you're going to see date here, and you can see that we can do a lot of things. We can extract the day. You can, if I click on day here, why is it not clicking? I can extract the day of the week, day of the year, and all of that. So if I click on day, you can see it will extract the day, the particular day here. So this is the same thing that we did in SQL, where you first convert your colon to a data type, and then you can now start extracting the month name, day name, and all of that. I think we can do the same thing in Excel as well. So that's just one of those reasons why you need to convert your columns to the appropriate date. So you can do all of so because what we have is just dates, the time and the duration here are blurred out, so you can't apply any operations or do any operations regarding that. So we have month. I don't know why we don't have. Okay, we have name of the month. What of day? Okay, we have name of the day. So you can come here and you see we have name of the day here. So So yeah, in case you don't want it to replace that column, just duplicate this column. That's just what you do, right? You can duplicate this column. You come to add column, and I think you can create it. Okay. So you can all right. So we're going to come back to that. But if you want, let's say, that original column not to be replaced by your transformation, just duplicate it and then apply that operation on the duplicated column and while retaining the original column. So that's just how you do it in Power Query. Do you understand? So let's see. I'm really trying to figure out how we can solve this issue of date time formats. Just give me a second. Is it month day? I think month, day, year. Month, day, year. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to where we change the dates. So let's change this. Come here. All right. So I think Power Query provides an option. So before you convert it to date, you have to specify the format. So we're going to come to and right click, and then I'm just going to go to change type, and then I'm going to click on using local. So this is, I think, something that is not so obvious. So let's see if that will work. Okay, so come and see dates. So I'm going to come to Nigeria. If there's even available self, if it's not available, I use it's not even okay. It's here, Nigeria. All right. So I think we use a different date format here. So you have to call me and specify it before you change it. So I've specified that, okay, this is a Nigerian date format, which is day, month, year, instead of month, day, year, which is like what Power Query expects. So I'll click OK, and then it will do the conversion for me. So the same thing here, I'll right click, go to change type, go to using local, the last option here, and then should just bring this up quickly, and date, then I think go to Nigeria, then click OK. So it does a conversion. So we can now so we have an error here. What does this error mean? 300290. I don't even want to even know what this one is again. So now we've passed it, we can now just perform date operations, and any date operations that you can perform it in Power Query. So you go to your transform and just pick up any one of the things you want to do here. Do you understand? So you can calculate the age self. right? If let's say you have two dates and you want to calculate the difference, like, and return it as age, you can select the two columns, all right? Just press down Control and select them. Come to date, go to age. All right, let's go back first. I don't know why this is provided from out there. Okay, but let's just continue. I don't want us to waste time. You can just play around with all of these options here. There's a reason why we're not getting the exact age. So essentially, what we are trying to establish here is that Power Query allows you to perform a whole lot of like transformation process, right? We can't cover everything, obviously, but the one that we've done so far in Excel, SQL, you can do them here. You can actually find the options here. So you can even create a new column, right? To create a new column, go to Add Column. You can create a custom column here. Click on Custom Column, and then you can create that column name to be, let's say, revenue or something. So if in case where you want to create revenue like we did in our SQL, you can now select the two columns that you would multiply. So let's say this is just random purchase amount, yeah, times annual income, all right? And then you click on OK. So it's going to create this revenue column. So you can see we now have another column as revenue. So you can create new columns, you can remove columns, right? Come here, go to transform here, home rather, and remove columns. So you can remove the column. I've removed it. You can remove this column, remove it. You can. So there are a whole lot of things you can do in Power Query, right? So we are going to be leaving it at this point here. So we would look at it with a proper data set in our next class, because we're going to be visualizing data set, a data in using Power BI, using Power BI. So this is just a rough introduction to how Power Query works, what you can do with it, and the possibilities and all of that. So at least you should know what Power Query is now. You should know how you can access it. You should know the things you can do, how to interact with it, how each of your steps are documented, the different ribbons, transform, and how they are categorized into based on their data types, how to format your text, split your columns, your text column, convert your date columns to proper dates, and basically a whole lot of things, right? Obviously, we can look at them. So first thing you need to do is just to download Power BI. If you have Excel, fine, you can access this from Excel. So, but you need to download Power BI because we're going to be using Power BI moving forward in our class. So this is basically where we're going to be starting for today. So once you are done with your all your transformation and cleaning, then you come back to this file ribbon, click on close and apply. So you can easily just close and apply, and then come here, apply changes. So it would like do it in the background. So you just have to wait some few seconds or minutes for those changes to be applied. So once they're applied, you're going to see it appear in this data part of your Power BI. So one thing I told you is that Power BI is not as fast as Excel, like generally, like compared on any system, it is not as fast as optimized as Excel. So some of these processes will take time, like applying some of these transformations on your data might take a little time. So it's applying the changes. So I'm trying to wait for it to finish applying here. But because of time, let's just discard. Don't know why this thing is beginning to misbehave. All right. You can see this is not even this is a 16 gig system, and it is behaving like this. So you can see how Power BI can become like slow.
Yeah, I
I
believe
just
it's taking too much processing power.
exactly. So it's actually slow. That's just the truth. I have normally not liked Power BI because of the experience I had with it initially, but it's the most commonly used visualization tool, so you have to learn it. What I learned during my time when I was learning data analysis was Tableau. I learned Tableau, and that was what I was using to create visual. It's just that the one in more demand when you're applying for jobs is usually Power BI. So that's what we do teach during programs like this. So Tableau is faster. It's smooth. Like you don't have this kind of issues there. Power BI is just there, and I don't know. So see, I really don't even know why it's not even responding at this point. Like you can see, you
But I have
can't
a question.
yeah.
Okay, after data cleaning on Power BI, can the clean data be exported?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
It
okay.
can. It can be exported. I'm going to show you that, but let's try to get this to apply here. Anyways, I'm even trying to show you the interface of Power BI. So as you can see, this is Power BI interface itself. Right? We're out of Power Query. So we're going to properly look at how we can use it from our next class. If you already see or look at this right hand side, you see that we have a whole lot of visualizations, a whole lot of charts and things that you can use to, you can see we even have more options here. So, and at the left hand side here, we have several options. So I was going to show you like what and what are contained in these different pages, but Power BI isn't allowing me to do that. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to close this. So try to close this now.
Or if you can end the task, end the Power BI task, maybe to free up some space and start again.
And it's not like the data is a whole lot of, I don't know why it's just behaving how it is behaving. Oh yeah, no, I don't want you again. Can you just end? Thank you. So let's bring it back.
That's to show that that software is really heavy.
What do you say?
So that's to
Exactly.
show that that Power BI is really heavy.
It
Yeah.
uses a very, I don't know how they optimize it, honestly. It's too heavy. Like it uses a whole lot, and it doesn't make sense to me how they allowed it to get to that point. So sometimes it cooperates. It doesn't happen every time, honestly. Like it, I've used it to create dashboard and it was fine, perfectly. So sometimes for you, you might not even have this issue, or it might just happen once. So it's not like this is all or what happens every time or all the time you open Power BI. Do you understand? So it actually cooperates sometimes. So yeah. So we're going to just go to blank report here, and come here. Click on that same Excel. I'll try to import that data, but this time I'm not going to transform it. I'll just load it directly into Power BI. So come to download here. Data cleaned. Data cleaning.
So from the classes we've had so far, I've observed something about data cleaning. I believe that if this is just my observation, Sha, that if a data analyst has the opportunity to start the data from scratch, like be the one to create the database and everything, because of this data cleaning and all these bottlenecks, the data analyst should influence data integrity and quality while building the tables and assigning data types, so that when using it for analysis and visualization, it will be smooth and it won't really need so many cleaning and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's the ideal thing. Honestly, that's the ideal thing to do. But work is usually segmented
Exactly,
across.
it varies, and data can
Yeah,
come from anywhere. Yeah, I get that.
exactly. So if you own the process end to end, then you won't have to clean anything. Like if you are the one like
Yeah, that's what I
determining
meant.
how the data is collected, then you need to do a lot of
Yeah.
cleaning. So I loaded the data directly into Power BI without transforming it. So that's what we are seeing here. It's just like loading into Power BI so we can start our visualization. So, but if it is not clean, then you have to transform it. So it has finished loading. You can see. So if you come to this part here, so this is Power BI, right? You have different panes, different parts of the Power BI. So this center that you are seeing here is where your visualization would stay. You get? So if you come here, click on this next icon down here, this will show us our table, your table, all right? You can see the data. This is our data. It's not cleaned because I loaded it again and the other one refused to load. So if you've cleaned it, it will appear here, cleaned, all right? If you have multiple tables, the relationship can be established here. You understand? So Power BI can be used for multiple tables as well. The same way you have SQL having multiple tables. So this is a place where you can view the relationship between tables, right? So we have DAX. So this DAX is like a kind of coding aspect of Power BI. So if you want to do things by writing commands, then use DAX. And I think this as well. So, but what you would be doing mostly is just the drag and drop. So when you are done with your data set, you can see here on the right hand side, you have visualization and you have data. So this is your data. If you click on it, you see all the columns. You understand? So you can now start creating your visual. So it's just drag and drop basically. If you drag, let's say I drag age into this place here, I can now start by selecting it. First of all, to kind of select the best visual for you. And if you don't want it, you can now start like modifying it. So we're going to properly dive into visualization from the next class using Power BI. So you can create multiple pages and link them, do a lot of things. It's actually very interesting, trust me. All right. So you can even look at mobile view, mobile layout, and try to like also get it to fit a mobile layout. So this is Power BI, and as much as the whole lagging stuff can be annoying, and it doesn't happen every time, trust me, it is very, very good. Like it is the best, one of the best for visualizing data. It has a whole lot of tools, options, and just functionalities that are endless when it comes to creating visuals and dashboards, right? So we're going to start with this in our next class and wrap up with that. So that's going to be the final part of this program, which is Power BI, representing our data in visuals in dashboard. We did that in Excel, but we're going to take it a step higher now and make it better. All right, so that's going to be the end of this class. So this class was essentially to introduce you to these two new tools. So we'll start using it properly from our next class, and we'll bring in a data set, and we're going to use it on that particular data set, do our proper cleaning, and then load it into Power BI and create our dashboard, and then we'll call it a day. So at this point, I'm going to be taking questions. If you have any question, please.
Please, the attendance.
Attendance, okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I literally almost forgot. So let me open the attendance. All right, go and sign your attendance. Your attendance is open. So that being said, if there's no question, we're going to be calling it today at this point. Your assignment for the week would be uploaded either today or tomorrow, and your quiz. And please do well to go through the recording and revisit everything we've done so far. I'm going to be uploading some resources as well. The link to download Power BI, I don't know if there's a need for link, just type Power BI and download it. All right. And I'll be uploading some useful YouTube videos, right, on Power Query, right, that you can just go and reference, and some other resources that I think you would find useful. So please keep tabs on that particular part of the platform. So thank you very much, and do have a splendid week. See you again next week, and good night.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you.